it's Shannon Kaiser with Play with the World, and this is the Summer of Joy. It's official, it's here, the Summer of Joy. What is it? It is a whole entire summer dedicated to you living the life you are made for. And all of the tips I'll be sharing in this video series are inspired by my next book, Joy Seeker, which comes out this fall, and unless you're watching it later in the year, but it comes out October 29th, and all of the tools and the tips that I'll be sharing in these videos are inspired by that book. We don't have to wait for the book to come out though. Let's get the summer going. So today's tip is the number one thing that you can do to feel better and uplift yourself immediately. So I want you to think about how you're feeling. How do you feel right now? Many of us are entering into the summer here in North America, and we're coming out of a spring that was kind of heavy, a spring that was feeling overwhelming, and we felt like we were, a lot of us, frustrated and stuck. Well, get rid of that stuck energy. It's time to move through and embrace the new season. And the number one thing that you can do, the number one thing, is to go on a digital detox. That's right. But here, let me explain that. A digital detox is really about eliminating all of the negative stuff that's coming at you. So number one, the news. Stop watching the news. It's so important to give yourself permission to enjoy your life instead of trying to look at what's going on outside of yourself. A lot of us hook into the news because we want to stay up to date with what's going on, and we feel like we need to know. But here's the thing. When you stop playing into that drama and paying attention to it, you actually feel more joyful in your own experience throughout the day. And so what I'm going to do in this link is I'm going to put a whole bunch of positive news sites that you can actually refer to really see what's going on in the world and to really get a critical eye about the reality that we actually live in a world that's really, there's a lot of good going on here. So focus on that. We get what we focus on. So start there. The second thing I'll share with you is to get a good news friend. A good news friend is someone who can support you and uplift you, and you do this by checking in either daily, monthly, weekly, with either a text or a phone call. I started this with one of my best friends, and all we do is say, what was your good news today? And you just share a highlight, something as beautiful as, oh, I got this contract signed, or, oh, you know, I took a hot bath with new bubbles, or whatever it is that makes you and brings you joy. Check in. So I'd like you to pick a good news buddy, maybe tag them in the comments, or certainly reach out to them on social media or call your friend and just say, you know what, I am excited, let's share some good news. The third and final thing, and the last tip for today's video, is to actually focus on your own world, your own inner world, where you are in your environment and where you live and your life. You can start there. Instead of looking outside of yourself at the world and thinking what's not going good and falling into the deception of the fear and the manipulation and the control and the people who are picking sides, come together, and you come together in your community. So start with your community. The best way you can feel uplifted is to really find like-minded people and start where you can, where you're standing right now, where you're standing. Start where you are and focus on the things that are going well where you are, the beautiful trees that surround you. Maybe it's sunny today, maybe you get some vitamin D. You just do what you can in each moment to focus on the good and focus on the joy. So thanks guys for joining me for this Summer of Joy. I'm so excited to be here, and I can't wait to hear from you in the comments about which tip inspired you most and what you're gonna do. Thanks.